Questions, please. Anybody? Ask a question.
Sir, I would like to know example of my father.
Why can't you hold like this much?
Like this, angle. Little bit angle. Like that.
I would like to give an example of my father.
Good.
Actually, my father had a goal that he wanted to touch 500 crore turnover. And that time he was taking one sleeping pill. Then he revised his goal that he wants to touch 1000 crore plus turnover. When he reached that goal, then he started increasing his dose.
2 pills.
2 pills.
Very good.
Now, my question after hearing this is that when you said about compromising between the external achievement and inner peace. So, now he's saying my target is 5,000.
Give him 3 pills.
So, he's increasing his dose. But I disagree. I don't think that there is any, मतलब इससे कुछ हासिल नहीं होगा. वो अचीव भी कर लिया है and if he is increasing his dose, तो उसका कोई अर्थ नहीं है.
Very good.
So, आपका क्या opinion है?
See, look here, what he should do, you don't worry. Okay? Don't forget, by the way, he is your father. So, what other should do, what other should set the goal, that you don't worry. And as regards taking sleeping pills are concerned, there are many people who do nothing and yet they take sleeping pill. So if somebody takes a sleeping pill by producing such tremendous wealth, it's good. You learn from him. And you set your goal as 100,000 crores turnover. Whatever it is. And don't take the pill. You prove yourself. You can do that. Don't arrest the growth. There should be sky as the limit to your growth. See, when the fruit ripens, it falls on its own. Don't artificially ripen the fruit by exposing it to the heat. Therefore, slowly it will happen. Now, you don't worry about him. You focus attention and get inspired from your father that he must be elder than you. So learn from him. See, even at this old age, he has got that dream to be achieved. It's a great thing. Therefore, it's not a negative thing. Go ahead. You join hand with, you don't, otherwise you can do this way. Daddy, external progress you do, internal peace I'll keep. It has to be in the same person. Otherwise, poor fellow is putting external affair and you are comfortable. Why? Peace. So much peace that like, ice cream. No.
Swamiji, we have to complete some ladies' quota. Some ladies have to have some questions. 33% quota.
All my ammas are genius. I am always in favor of my ammas. They have no questions. When they can handle the husbands, what more they can require to handle? 3 cheers for Swamiji.
Swamiji, the example you gave about the man who achieved a lot in his life, but all his children had left him because he used to praise himself too much. So what if you are not the parent, but what if you are on the other side of the coin? So what can you do with it?
Means what?
Matlab, what if you are one of the children, so, and you cannot leave them like this and go, so.
I am not clear about your question. Say again.
If you are a child and your parents
Yeah.
keep on talking about their
Yeah.
You don't worry about them. I tell you one simple thing. About the parent generation, There is only one thing. You have to tolerate them as they are. Okay? There's the one thing we can do about them. Tolerate them as they are. Serve them. You know the highest crime that we youngsters do to our parents? Highest crime? When we start teaching them. Never teach elders. You only serve them. One example I'll give you. There was one doctor in US. She used to attend my lectures regularly. She came to Delhi. I was in Delhi those days. And she came to attend to her father who suffered a heart attack. And when she came, the father was so happy, and her father was extremely extrovert. Nothing like Gita, temple, bhajan, kirtan, no. He used to drink, he used to see the movies, he used to play, that was his lifestyle. And this girl, you know, all these people when they go to USA, they suddenly become spiritual. You'll see it. Because there is a sense of, insecurity. Therefore, they become spiritual. And in India, spirituality is through osmosis. You don't have to be, you are already. So when she came back, earlier she never heard anything. But after going there, because of the problem with the children, she studied Gita and this thing, that thing. And whenever you have read something, you cannot keep inside, you have to vomit it out. Friends, undigested food, whether it is rasgulla or idli sambar, when you vomit, both are equally dirty. Do we say, oh, this is better, vomit rasgulla? Now, this girl, for the father, you may be a doctor or anybody, but for the father, you are his daughter. So she started teaching her father, Dad, you are wasting your life. Actually, human birth, durlabham trayame vaitat, devanugraha hetukam, manushyatvam, mumukshutvam, mahapurusha samshraya. Tape recorder started. And as a result, be very attentive, as a result, the father started feeling himself to be inferior than his own daughter. And from that moment onward, he was avoiding her within the house. First day when she came, ha ha, hoo hoo, hugging, kissing and everything. Next day onward, he just avoided her totally. When she comes this room, he will go to bathroom. Like that somehow or the other. Then she noticed that and she came to me. Swamiji, I don't know what happened when I came, it was like that. Now my dad just avoids me straight away. I don't know why. I said, I also don't know, but I suspect this. Are you teaching your father Upanishad and Gita? He said, yes, Swamiji, because it is true. I said, who has given you the authority to teach your father? Please remember, elders are altars. Those who do not have an altar of reverence in their life, they are poorer than the poorest. An altar is a place where you drop your argumentative intellect. But when you start teaching your own parents, you have destroyed your own support in life. Therefore, if the parents are that way, just keep quiet. Serve them to the best of their ability. And if you cannot, get away. But don't teach them. Don't teach them. Parents must be served. They have given us the body. The first right, if somebody has on our life, is our parents. The body is their property. We are the tenants. But because of the Rent Control Act, we don't want to give it up. Once you become aware of this phenomena, then you will respect whatever they are, that's it. Don't think that because you are little educated, don't think because you have seen the world more than what your parents have seen, therefore you are superior. No. This is the height of foolishness, those who teach the parents. You take the life of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. He was God himself. He never taught his parents. One day, Bhagwan Krishna's father, Vasudeva, he tells, "Hey Krishna, people tell that you are Bhagwan. Is it true?" You know what Bhagwan Krishna says? "Dear father, this is how the parents instruct Tattvamasi to the children. That, oh dad, you are teaching me that I am basically a divine being, not a mortal." He did not say, "Dad, you recognize me? Really, I am God." No. Please take this. Then you will have no problem. Yes, your problem.
Swamiji, my problem at the outset is it is difficult for me to ask you any question in English. Because when I speak English, I have to use the word you. You said that you, according to me, is offending. If I speak in Hindi, I would say aap, then I feel that I give due respect. But at the same time,
you can't insult me. I am insult proof. Say anything. Don't worry. You try to insult me. Manapamanayoho prashantasya paramatma samahitaha. We all abuse the God. Do you think God gets insulted by us? He says, "Bachcha hai, bol do."
I have got a solution also that I can address in English and at the same time I can avoid you.
Whichever way you want.
I am a lawyer and I address the judge as your lordship.
Okay.
So I may be permitted to address Swamiji as your lordship.
Say anything.
So your lordship said,
even if you say ship, I don't mind.
your lordship said that security is not an asset but liability. Recently we almost all must have seen that movie Bagban. That only due to lack of security the parents suffered, because at times children used to forget your obligations, and if you don't have your own security, you suffer. At the same time, even during youth, if you have got some security, that gives you some mental comfort. Should we not go for that security?
Okay. If you see these two cultures, our Indian culture and Western culture. In the Western culture, the children are supposed to fend themselves by the time they complete their teenage and all that. You will see how those people go through all the difficulties and prove their mettle. Here, our mummy, daddy, there is one Sindhi boy who used to work for my air ticket booking. Such a sweet Dumbo. I asked him, "Hey, I had to go from Brisbane to South Africa. What is the suitable flight?" I'll ask, "Hold please. Papa," Samedi has asked, "Arey, you are a father of two children and yet you papa, mummy. When are you going to grow?" See, security makes us more a weakling. Therefore, because of security, if we are going to become weak, it is bad. And because of security, if we are going to become more responsible, then it is good. So how do we utilize this security? So it becomes an asset if it is a creative force. Like in our Indian culture, we leave our wife, children with our parents and go for work to other countries, earn a lot and come back. So that was a great security that somebody is taking care of my wife and children. It is a creative force. But if it becomes a load, then no, it should not be taken in that line. Another 4-5 minutes to fire. Yes. Young boy.
Swamiji, should we take into account our own limitations while setting up a goal? And if yes, then how can we recognize our own limitations while setting
Very
up?
good. Very nice question. The other day, this happened in New Jersey. A friend of mine, he was shifting his house. I was also there. And they have called, the movers, they take care of everything. So I told my friend, I said, hey, you are an educated weakling, don't lift heavy things. No, Swamiji, I can lift. I said, you will not listen, then you will suffer. Don't do that. No, I can do it. He lifted a heavy suitcase and a slip disc. And all the time, now I sit like this, I get a pain. I sit like this, I get a pain. What I should do? I said, you lift another heavy one. Please remember, on one truck, I read some very beautiful thing, backside. Apni awqat pehchano. Recognize your potentiality before you step into life. Therefore, the first requirement, it's a very valid and very important point. You must know what is your ability. Second thing, goal should not be kept as a competition with others. When you compete with others, you become more a destructive force. Compete with your own earlier performance. When you compete with your own earlier performance, you become a creative force. And in that, develop and increase your abilities, your capacities. And with the increase in capacities and abilities, what will happen? You will discover more of self-confidence. Self-confidence should not be mistaken as overconfidence. In this example, it was overconfidence. I can do anything. Therefore, recognize your own potentiality, how much, and accordingly do it. If you succeed, it very good. Go ahead. But always keep in view that you compete with your own earlier performance. Don't compare with anybody in this world. The moment you compare with others, you become a destructive force. Compete. Suppose you are earning, let us take $100,000 a year. Now keep a goal that you want to earn $500,000 a year. So you are competing with your own performance. No, but others are earning so much, I will do, then you will destroy. Therefore, these two things are a good thing to be observed. First of all, recognize your potentialities as well as limitations. Now, second thing, limitation should be recognized not as a liability, but as a guard. Don't think that I can't do it. No, I cannot do this much, but this much I can do. Many times, the limitations are taken as, inhibition factor. Limitation should be taken as a guarding principle, not as a inhibition factor. So with that guard on you, put your efforts and grow. No, it's fine. You can talk.
I wanted to ask, as we grow up, we shape our own selves, our thoughts, our beliefs.
Please come ahead and talk slowly.
Yeah. As we grow up, we develop our own thoughts, our own beliefs as a person. Now, as you said, respect your parents, don't argue. But sometimes it happens that something that you believe in, they don't. So then, whatever I have to think, my dad has to say the opposite. So then at that time, I really get confused, what to do. Either to just respect him and leave whatever I believe in, or go ahead with what I believe. Whatever.
See, please remember, what is required is that there will be always a gap between the thinking of the elders and the youngsters. As regards your professional achievement, etc. is to be done, you have to learn to take a decision with confidence. But when you decide, that doesn't mean you are disrespecting your elders. So don't have that confusion. Respecting elders does not mean become a dumb pawn and lead a life so subsequently you can condemn them. Please understand this. So you have, and you prove your guts, but that doesn't mean you are disrespecting them. So there is no contradiction in that. So whenever you feel no, they told no and I did yes, so it is disrespect, no. If you are confident, go ahead. And once you succeed, then they will say, hey, I thought my daughter was not great, but she is better than me. Wonderful. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.